All right, ready for this? We're going deep into the world of Taylor Swift today.
Deep dive, yeah.
But hold on. Before you think, oh no, not another Taylor Swift breakdown.
Right.
Trust me on this one.
Okay.
We are going way beyond like the top hits, the red carpet, all that, to figure out what makes her so fascinating.
I'm with you.
And get this, we have this book, Feline and Divine. It's by Dr. Anita Nirvena.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it's going to give us some seriously unexpected insights. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it might sound a little, I don't know, out there at first, but
I could imagine. Wait.
it's going to get interesting.
It really is a unique perspective.
It is.
Who would have thought to look at Taylor Swift, through that lens?
Exact.
Feline and divine qualities.
So be ready. We're going to explore everything from like how she fought to own her music, what that means for other artists,
Important stuff.
how she basically like weaponized vulnerability, made it a superpower, and of course that connection she has with her fans.
Yeah, that's huge.
Unshakable.
It is, and that fight for ownership, that's a perfect example of what Dr. Nirvena calls feline precision.
Feline precision. All right, hold on a second.
Okay.
When we're talking about a singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
I'm not picturing like a lioness hunting,
Right.
So what does that even mean when we're talking about Taylor Swift?
Well, I know, it does sound a little strange at first.
It does.
But think about it.
Okay.
When her old label, they sold her master recordings,
Yeah.
the early albums,
Yeah.
she poured her heart into. It
That
wasn't
is-
just business,
Right.
deeply personal.
I felt it, even as a fan, like that gut punch.
Exactly.
So for her, I can't imagine.
And that's where I think the feline precision comes in. She didn't just like react emotionally,
Yeah.
to a step back, assessed,
Yeah.
came up with a plan.
So she was strategic.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, those re-recordings, Taylor's version,
that was a power move.
it was.
It's calculated to reclaim control.
And it sent a message
Oh, absolutely.
for the whole industry.
Huge shockwaves.
Suddenly, other artists.
They're standing up
Yeah.
for their rights in a way.
Yeah, they hadn't before.
Not like that.
So they were empowered.
Empowered, yeah. And the re-recordings themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You're fascinated. She didn't just, copy-paste
Right.
subtle differences, new collaborators, richer, I don't know,
Oh, so
instrumentation. You can hear the maturity.
she's reclaiming her narrative.
Yes, legally and artistically.
It's like she's saying, you might own these recordings, but you don't own me. You don't own my story.
Right, and that's a big theme in Dr. Nirvena's book,
Yeah.
owning your narrative, owning your power.
Not being aggressive. But
Intentional, deliberate.
yeah, such a powerful message.
Especially in that industry, right?
Yeah, where artists feel like,
At the mercy of labels.
okay, so we've got this feline precision, this strategic side to her.
Yeah.
But then there's this other aspect,
Okay.
almost the opposite.
Oh.
She's so open in her music.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, and that's like one of her biggest strengths.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is.
Paradox almost.
Yeah.
Dr. Nirvena talks about this. The power of vulnerability,
Oh, interesting.
not weakness.
Okay.
Strength.
So how many artists can get a whole stadium
Yeah.
singing along
Right.
to a song about their heartbreak?
It's true.
There's something about that raw honesty.
Yeah.
Really resonates with people,
Deeply personal level, and it ties into authenticity.
which Dr. Nirvena talks about a lot.
Oh, yeah, big time. It's about embracing your whole self.
Not just the good stuff.
The light and the shadows, yeah.
And Taylor definitely doesn't shy away from the shadows.
No, not at all.
Think about All Too Well,
Oh, yeah.
10 minutes long.
Our great ballad.
Who does that?
It's amazing.
One of her most beloved songs, though.
It feels real raw
So it's vulnerability.
as a shared experience.
Yeah, like she's giving permission to feel those things.
Without judgment, your heartbreak, your pain.
It reminds me of what Dr. Nirvena wrote about storytelling.
Oh, tell me.
It's not just sharing information, it's,
It's about connection.
yeah, through emotions.
That's a great connection, and it's something Taylor does so well.
She does.
Think about when she went indie folk.
Oh, with folklore?
Yeah, folklore. Such a departure from pop,
It was.
but so authentic.
Vulnerable.
Like reading her journal, Epiphany, Exile.
It's a big risk.
It was. Some fans were surprised.
Yeah, but it felt like a natural evolution to me.
Shedding expectations.
Like the pop princess thing.
embracing her true self.
And it paid off.
It did. Critically acclaimed, commercially successful, and genuine.
Yeah, like she was saying, this is me. Take it or leave it.
And people connected with that.
On a deep level.
Yeah, and that vulnerability, it's not just in her music. Think about
Oh, right. She's been open about
body image, mental health.
especially in her documentary, Miss Americana.
Takes courage being that vulnerable.
Especially in the public eye.
Right, but she's challenging that idea that celebrities...
Yeah, they have to be.
Perfect, and she's normalizing those conversations for everybody.
It's like she's saying, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to struggle.
To be human.
And that resonates with so many people.
It does, who are dealing with those same things in their own lives.
And then there's this other piece.
What's that?
Her connection with her fans.
It's remarkable.
People can't figure it out.
Why are Swifties so devoted, right?
It's more than just liking her music. It's
loyalty.
Yeah, deep connection. What's the secret there?
Is this the handwritten letters?
Yeah, the secret sessions.
Those play a part, but it's bigger than that.
Okay, so what is it?
Divine connection. That's what Dr. Nirvena calls it.
Interesting.
It's about authenticity, compassion.
So treating people like individuals.
Yeah, not just fans.
I think that's what makes her relatable. It's like she's saying, hey, I'm a person too. We're in this together.
Right?
Not afraid to be goofy, make mistakes.
Makes her more human.
And that's powerful, especially with her global following.
Massive.
Like a giant extended family.
Yeah, her fans feel like they're part of something special.
And she reinforces it. All those little gestures.
Kindness, connection.
Yeah, secret listening party.
Handwritten letters.
Showing her appreciation.
Building those personal connections.
It's like she flipped the script on fan interaction.
Instead of distance.
Yeah, exclusivity.
It's genuine relationship.
Even on a huge scale.
And that's a lesson for all of us.
It is.
Whether we're celebrities or not.
So we've got the strategic shider.
Yeah.
The vulnerable artist.
A master connector.
But life throws curveballs.
Oh, it does?
Does everyone, even global superstars.
Even Taylor Swift.
And her story, full of them.
Which brings us to another theme in Feline and Divine.
What's that?
Resilience.
Okay, bouncing back from tough times.
Gracefully, emerging stronger.
And she's had those tough times.
Public feuds.
Yeah, personal struggles.
Remember when her mother was battling cancer?
Oh, yeah. That was so hard.
Incredibly tough time.
And you can hear that pain and love in that song.
Which one?
Soon you'll get better.
From Lover.
Yeah, she doesn't shy away from those emotions.
She doesn't.
It's a heartbreaking song, but there's this underlying strength.
There is.
It's not pretending everything's okay.
It's about acknowledging the pain.
But still hoping.
That's resilience.
Yeah.
Dr. Nirvena describes it as flexibility.
Oh, how so?
Like a willow tree.
Okay.
Bends in the wind, but doesn't break.
I love that it's about adapting, evolving, even when...
life throws those curveballs.
And it's not just personal challenges. She's been outspoken.
About political and social issues.
Knowing she might face backlash.
She's used her platform to advocate.
Yeah, LGBTQ plus rights.
Voter registration.
Speaking out against injustice.
Takes courage.
Conviction. It's about standing up for what you believe in, even when it's hard, unpopular.
And that ties back to feline precision.
Choosing your battles, knowing when to roar.
And when to step back.
That delicate balance.
She seems to handle it well.
She does.
Okay, so we've uncovered a lot
We have.
about Taylor Swift's story.
Fascinating layers.
But we're just getting started.
We are?
There's so much more.
Like what?
Her creative process.
Well, yeah.
How she uses symbolism. And that unwavering commitment.
To authenticity.
Yeah, we've got a lot more ground to cover.
I'm ready.
We'll be right back to dive even deeper
into the world of Taylor Swift.
And uncover more surprising lessons from her journey.
Sounds good to me.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Taylor Swift.
Picking up right where we left off.
Yeah, with this whole idea of feline and divine.
As described in Feline and Divine, of course.
Of course. And one thing keeps coming up.
What's that?
Boundaries.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Dr. Nirvena really emphasizes that. Throughout the book, absolutely.
Personal relationships, your career.
Even your creative process.
Knowing your limits, protecting your energy.
And for Taylor Swift, that battle over her masters.
Perfect example.
Setting boundaries, publicly and powerfully.
It wasn't just about the money either, right?
It was about control, artistic control.
Refusing to be exploited.
She drew a line, you know?
This is where my ownership begins.
And this is where your control ends.
Takes guts to do that.
It does, especially in that industry.
Notorious for taking advantage
of artists, especially young ones.
Yeah, it's a reminder that we all have that power.
To set boundaries, even when it's scary.
Knowing your worth, not settling for less.
It's so important.
But setting boundaries, it can seem...
aggressive.
Selfish even.
Right, but Dr. Nirvena makes a distinction.
Oh, what's that?
Aggressive versus assertive. Assertive is communicating your needs clearly,
respectfully,
honoring the needs of others, finding that balance
between standing your ground
and having healthy relationships.
And that's where the feline comes in.
Exactly.
Cat.
They know their boundaries.
You can pet them.
But only so far.
And when they've had enough,
they let you know.
They walk away.
No hesitation. They prioritize themselves.
Even if it means disappointing someone.
There's wisdom in that.
Okay, so we see that feline energy.
In that fight for ownership, yeah.
But how about the divine?
How does that show up in her work?
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's the universal themes she explores.
Like what?
Love, loss, heartbreak.
The search for meaning.
Those have resonated with people forever.
Yeah, for centuries.
And she makes them feel fresh, relevant.
She captures those experiences.
And they feel so personal.
Even though millions are listening.
I think that's why her music lasts.
It's not just catchy, it's deeper than that.
It speaks to something inside us.
Those shared human experiences.
We're all connected by them.
I've heard her called the poet laureate of heartbreak.
I've heard that too.
It fits. She articulates those emotions.
So raw, so relatable.
It's like she gives voice to things we all feel.
But can't always express.
And it's powerful to feel seen, heard.
Especially when you're going through it.
And it's not just the lyrics.
Right, music too.
The way she blends genres, the sounds.
Creating those sonic landscapes.
To evoke such strong emotions.
Each song, its own little world.
Yeah, inviting you in.
To experience it all.
Speaking of those sonic landscapes. Her shift to indie folk.
Folklore? Evermore.
Huge departure from pop.
It was, but it felt so authentic to her.
Aligned with her vision.
Bold move, but it paid off.
It did.
Dr. Nirvena talks about trusting your instincts.
Oh, yeah.
That inner feline intuition.
Following your creative impulses.
Even if it's unexpected.
I think that's what Taylor did.
Trusted her gut, took a leap.
And created something magical.
And it's not just the music itself.
It's the whole experience.
Album artwork, music videos, the stage.
Carefully curated.
Immersive world, you feel part of it.
Like her own mythology.
Her own universe.
Yeah.
Constantly evolving.
She's not afraid to experiment.
Take risks, push boundaries.
That's what keeps it compelling.
Unpredictable, surprising, authentically her.
Okay. So we've talked about her connection with fans. But what about her connection with herself?
Oh, interesting.
How does she stay grounded?
In the public eye, with all the chaos.
Yeah, being a superstar, that's got to take a toll.
Constant scrutiny, pressure, lack of privacy.
Overwhelming.
Absolutely. And that's where the feline independence comes in.
We were talking about boundaries before.
Setting boundaries with yourself, too.
Protecting her energy, mental and emotional well-being.
Knowing when to step back, recharge.
Reconnect with herself.
Exactly. And that's a lesson for all of us.
It is.
Especially in today's world, so hyper-connected.
Easy to lose yourself in the noise.
Taking time for solitude, reflection.
Things that nourish your soul.
Essential for balance and well-being.
Not isolating yourself, but finding that sweet spot.
Engaging with the world, but honoring your needs.
And I think Taylor masters that.
She does. Knows when to be out there.
Connecting, performing, the superstar.
And when to step back, retreat, recharge.
I admire that about her.
That comfort in her own skin, the confidence.
It radiates outward.
It inspires. Reminds us we all have that capacity.
Of self-awareness, self-love.
Defining our boundaries, creating a fulfilling life.
And that leads us to her creative process.
How does someone who's done this for so long
stay fresh, inspired?
Keep pushing boundaries.
It's like she's always evolving.
Seeking new sounds, new stories.
New ways to express herself.
Remarkable how many hits she's written.
It is. It speaks to such deep creativity.
The willingness to explore, push herself.
Evolve as an artist. And that's why her music endures.
It's not just about trends.
Or pleasing everyone.
It's about her vision, even if it's unexpected.
And that's where the feline curiosity comes in.
Always exploring, seeking adventure.
Pushing boundaries of comfort.
And there's playfulness, too.
I was just thinking about that.
Dr. Nirvena talks about finding joy in the process.
Allowing yourself to play, experiment.
Make mistakes, no judgment.
It's like embracing that childlike creativity.
The wonder, the imagination.
We often lose that as we get older.
Her work feels refreshing because of that.
Authentic, joyful, passionate.
A love for the craft.
Okay, so we've got the curiosity, the playfulness.
The willingness to experiment.
But there's also this other side.
What's that?
More deliberate, strategic.
Ah, the feline precision again.
Cats are strategic hunters.
Observe, plan, execute with precision.
So there's intentionality behind her music?
Even if it doesn't always seem like it.
From the song structure to the lyrics.
The way she builds a narrative across albums.
Carefully considered, executed with purpose.
It's like chess, planning each move.
For the desired effect.
Shows her songwriting skills.
It's more than just rhyming.
Understanding language, storytelling, crafting a song.
That resonates on multiple levels.
Exactly.
I've always loved her use of symbolism.
Oh, the imagery.
Mythology, literature, history, personal stuff.
Each song is a puzzle to decode.
I love that you brought that up.
Dr. Nirvena talks about that too.
In Feline and Divine.
The power of symbols.
Yeah.
Tapping into our subconscious.
Evoking emotions, memories.
Creating a deeper connection with the art.
And Taylor is a master at it.
Whether it's snakes and birds.
Or those fairy tale references.
Hidden layers of meaning.
Inviting us to dig deeper.
Engage on a more intellectual level.
It's never heavy-handed, though.
No, it's organic, playful.
Like we're on a journey with her.
Of exploration and discovery.
It's brilliant. It shows her intelligence.
Creativity, understanding of the human psyche.
So we've got the strategic thinking, the symbolism.
What else?
But there's one more element.
Okay.
Her vulnerability.
Perhaps the most essential element.
Because without it,
her work wouldn't have that depth.
That emotional resonance.
It's like she's saying, this is me, flaws and all.
My true.
Powerful message in a world that tells us to hide.
Our imperfections present a curated self.
Taylor's reminding us it's okay to be messy.
To be broken. To be human.
And in those imperfections, we find beauty.
Strength.
She's giving us permission
to embrace our own imperfections.
Let go of needing to be perfect.
Create from a place of authenticity.
And vulnerability. It's a gift.
It is when we're vulnerable.
Deeper connections, meaningful experiences.
A richer life. So we've explored her combative spirit.
Vulnerability, connection with fans, resilience.
In her creative process.
Taylor Swift is a force.
Both as an artist and a cultural icon.
Absolutely.
But there's one more thing.
What's that?
It's in Feline and Divine, too.
Okay.
Divine purpose.
Using your platform for good, for something bigger.
And Taylor's done that throughout her career.
She has, advocating for causes she believes in.
LGBTQ+ rights, voter registration.
Inspiring fans to get involved.
Make a difference.
It's not just talk, it's action.
Amplifying messages, encouraging her fans to do the same.
Leading by example.
Showing that we all have a voice.
And we can use it for positive change.
Incredibly powerful with her level of influence.
It is, we all have a responsibility.
To use our gifts, talents, resources.
To make the world better, even in small ways.
So as we move to the final part of this deep dive, I want to leave you with this question.
What is it?
What feline and divine qualities do you see in yourself?
Oh, I love that. And how can you use those qualities?
To create a life aligned with your values, your dreams.
Because, like Taylor Swift, you have the power.
To make a difference. To be fierce and compassionate.
Ambitious and authentic.
Join us in a moment.
As we wrap up this exploration
of Taylor Swift, all the lessons we can learn from her. Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
We're wrapping up our exploration of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, using Feline and Divine as our guide, right?
And I think what's really become clear is that her story... It's not just about the music.
Right.
It's about navigating life.
Yeah.
With this incredible mix of strength, softness.
Ambition, compassion.
It's fascinating.
You know, it's like she's redefining what it even means.
To be a powerful woman in the 21st century, yeah.
She's not afraid to be both fierce and vulnerable.
And she owns her success.
Doesn't apologize for it.
Like she's saying, you can be ambitious and kind, strategic and sensitive.
Yeah, you don't have to fit in a box.
And Dr. Nirvena talks about this, you know.
Yeah.
How society tries to limit women, especially those in the spotlight.
Push them into these narrow roles.
But Taylor breaks free.
And I think that resonates with so many people.
Especially young women.
Trying to figure out their place in the world.
It's like she's giving them permission.
To be their full selves, complexities and all.
Absolutely. She's not just an entertainer.
She's a role model.
Showing you can be successful on your own terms.
Vulnerable and strong.
Use your platform for good.
Out of everything we've talked about, what stands out to you most about her journey?
That's a good question.
What's that one thing you keep coming back to?
You know, I think it's her authenticity.
Yeah. Unwavering commitment to it.
Every era, every reinvention, she's stayed true to herself.
Her values, it's a constant thread.
through everything she does.
Even when she's experimenting musically.
Trying new things.
That core authenticity shines through.
It's like you can feel it in the music, her passion, the artistry.
And it's not just the music either.
No, it's her actions, how she interacts with fans.
How she handles the tough stuff.
It all feels genuine, real, like she's not trying to be anyone else.
And that makes her relatable.
It's so relatable.
She's not afraid to show flaws, admit mistakes.
Be vulnerable. Be human.
And in doing so, she makes it okay for us to do the same.
Exactly. Giving us permission to embrace our imperfections.
Let go of that need for perfection.
Create from a place of authenticity and vulnerability.
So powerful.
It is. It's a gift.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into Taylor Swift, the biggest takeaway, I think, is this.
What's that?
Authenticity is a superpower.
I love that.
It's owning your story, the good and the bad.
Embracing it all.
Using your voice to create a life that feels meaningful.
True to you.
And remember, like Dr. Nirvena says,
and feline and divine.
You have that feline and divine in you too.
We all do.
The strength, the intuition, the compassion.
It's all there.
Waiting to be unleashed.
I love that.
That's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of Taylor Swift.
It was a pleasure.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Can't wait.
Into a topic that will surprise and inspire you.
Until then.
Keep exploring. Keep learning.
Keep embracing your own unique blend.
Of feline and divine.
See you next time.